If you ever click sell on Amazon for a brand you know you wanted to add to your inventory and you saw you need approval to sell this brand, you already know how much money is sitting on the side of that gate. Most sellers give up, pay someone $300 for a fake invoice that gets their account flagged or get shut down, or they chase 50 different distributors hoping that one slips through. None of that works in 2026 anymore. Amazon's document team got sharper with AI. The policies got tighter and the old shortcuts get your account shut down. I've personally gotten Ungated for over hundreds of different restricted brands and walked students through the exact same process to start selling brands that competitors couldn't even list. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you the easiest, cleanest way to get Ungated basically from any brand on Amazon in 2026, the documents you actually need to pass the review, and what to review when Amazon comes back with a no on the first time. But before I show you how to get Ungated, you need to understand the why, because the moment you understand what Amazon is actually looking for, the approval process becomes 10 times easier. I'm gonna give you a real example. I had a student who closed a deal with a brand that does over $20 million a month on Amazon, supplements specifically. When we got on the first call with that brand, you know what they told us transparently? The reason they were even open to working with a third-party reseller like him is that there were people on Amazon faking their supplement. They were literally buying fake white bottles, filling up with a fake label, filling the capsules with a fake white powder, and then selling that to consumers as the real product. Can you believe how much of a risk that is to the consumer, Amazon, and the brand? That's a risk level Amazon is dealing with every single day in every single category from these bad actors. Health, beauty, electronics, baby products, food. Every fake unit on the marketplace puts the consumer at risk, the brand at risk, and Amazon's entire $1.7 billion a day business at risk. So Amazon did the only thing they could do. They tightened up the rule on who's allowed to sell what. They don't need a marketplace of infinite amount of resellers. They need a marketplace of verified one. That's called ungating, and the punishment is real. It's not Amazon trying to keep you out. It's a filter that protects the platform from counterfeiters. And once you understand this, you actually stop fighting against it, the current, and start working with it. Because once you're ungating on a brand most people can't sell, you have real pricing power, real profit margins, and you have less competition on the listing. And my favorite part, the brand itself is more likely to want to work with you long term. So the question isn't, how do I sneak past the gate? The question is, what does Amazon actually want to see to let me in? That's what the next section is about. In 2026, when you submit an ungating application, Amazon's document team is looking for 3 things. And you need to get all 3 of them right to get approved, because if any of them is wrong, you will get denied. So here's exactly what needs to be on your invoice to get ungated in 2026. On your side, the seller side, the invoice has to have your business name, the same one registered to your Amazon account, your business address, the same one registered to your Amazon account, and your business phone number. If any of the 3 don't match what's on Amazon, their AI will flag it and get you denied. On the supplier side, the invoice has to have the brand's correct legal name, their publicly listed address, their publicly listed number, and ideally the name of a real representative at the company that Amazon could call. Amazon does verify these. They cross-reference public business records and supplier and brand websites. So if your invoice has XYZ Beauty Inc. and the address doesn't match the brand's actual address, well, that's almost instant denial. On the product side, the invoice needs the full product name, the UPC code matching exactly what's listed on the Amazon listing, and the correct quantity for the brand you're trying to ungate. Amazon doesn't operate on SKU numbers. Those are internal for the brand, so they can't recognize them. They operate on the UPC, Universal Product Code. So if your invoice lists a SKU but no UPC, it doesn't matter if the SKU is correct. Amazon cannot verify that. Better yet, you also want to physically highlight the product line that you're trying to get ungated, either with a star next to it or a highlighter drawn across it. That looks low tech, but it works incredibly well to point out what they're actually looking for, because the AI is scanning these documents and they are quick to sell you no. So the highlighted line tells them exactly where to look. And one more thing that quietly kills more applications than anything else, the invoice has to say paid, not outstanding, not order placed, paid, like money sent out the account. Now, here's the workaround to this, because this is where most people catch themselves getting stuck. It's a trick. You should never pay for the inventory before you get ungated. You're like, what? So how's it gonna say paid? Listen, this is a cash flow trap. You spend the money, you sit on the inventory, you don't get approved, you have products sitting that you can't sell on the only marketplace you wanted to sell it on. Waste of time. So here's the move. Communicate with the brand up front. You tell them, hey, I need to get approved on Amazon before I can sell your product, which means I need an invoice from you that says paid so the document team can approve me. Once I'm approved, I will wire or credit card, whatever, ship the funds so you could ship out the inventory. Most brands are fine with this as long as you frame it the correct way. You're not asking for free product. You're asking to put together a piece of paper in your hand so you get approved to sell through your supply chain on Amazon. That's it. Now that conversation, framed the right way, lands a whole lot better than just asking, can I have a paid invoice, please? You're showing the brand that you've thought about it on both sides. They get a serious partner, the document, and neither of you get stuck. If you can prove all three, real seller, real source, real product, you're inside the gate, you're ungated. But how do you actually and easily get a document like this? Now here's the part of the video where most ungating tutorials end. They give you the invoice template. They tell you to go find a distributor and send you off to go figure it out. The reason that doesn't work for most people is that the distributor route is a harder route in 2026. The easier route that no one teaches is going directly to the brand. Look, I have a student and a client named Daniel. He was trying to break into the pep space on Amazon, similar niche that we mainly operate in. For about 45 days, he was trying to source from retail stores and small distributors. He kept getting denied because the documentation did not hold up. The supply chain wasn't clean enough for Amazon's document team. So we had him pivot to stop chasing distributors, go directly to the brand, pitch him as a partner instead of a buyer. Within a few days of that pivot, he closed a brand deal. That brand sent him an authorized invoice. He submitted it to Amazon. That took about 2 days for him to get ungated. And once he was selling, his profit margin went up from 12%, which he was gonna get from buying from distributors, to 20% buying directly from the brand. And he started doing about $35,000 a month on that one brand, all from one conversation with one decision maker sent to the right inbox. So here's how brand direct outreach actually works. Step one is to find a decision maker. Don't email support@xyzrandombrandwebsite.com or the contact form on their website. You want to use AI as a resource to find the actual decision maker's contact email. Think someone like the owner, the CEO, the CMO, the sales lead, the wholesale manager at the brand. There are tools that we use in-house and built to find a few good third-party ones that pull the decision maker's emails right out of there. Now, that single change, who you email, is the difference between having a 5% open rate and a 30% open rate. Step two is to write the email like a partner, not a bot. The subject line is super important because it doesn't matter how good, how much time you spend on your email. If they don't even open it, they never get to see it. So don't write something like, looking to open a wholesale account. Write something like, looking to spend $10,000 to $20,000 a month with a brand new beauty brand, or partner to grow your beauty brand on Amazon. That gets open. The first one gets in the trash with the rest of the wholesale spam. Now, to the body of the email, should say who you are, what state you're from, the business you operate, what niche you specialize in, and what you can do for the brand on Amazon. You want to position yourself as someone who solves their Amazon problem, not someone who wants to buy their inventory for cheap. Something like, I help beauty brands scale to multiple 6 figures a month on Amazon by managing their listings, protecting their brand from unauthorized sellers, and adhering to MAP, minimum advertised pricing. That email lands completely different from, hi, I'm looking to do wholesale. Now, the numbers we run are pretty consistent. We aim for over 30% open rate on the outreach. We get 3 to 5% positive response rate from the people who reach back. If you hit those numbers for every 100 emails you send, you'll close about 1 to 2 profitable brand direct deals. One quick note, you cannot and should not blast more than 30 to 50 emails a day from a single email address, or you're gonna end up in the spam inbox. So this is slow, deliberate game played over weeks. Now, once you have a single brand saying yes, the door is open, the invoice goes out, the documents go to Amazon, and you're ungated on the brand most competitors couldn't even get into. That is the move. If you'd like me to walk you through the entire brand direct system step by step, the same one we use to close 8 profitable brand deals every single week, I run a completely free workshop called the Amazon Blitz FBA workshop. The link's in the description. We cover the exact outreach scripts, the brand qualification framework, and how to scale using a single brand and turn it into a real Amazon business. Worth checking out if this is the part of the video that you need help executing on. Now, the only problem is even if you do all these steps right, you might still get denied by Amazon on the first time you try to get ungated. The first ungating denial is completely normal. The system is designed to be conservative. It's mostly AI now, and it'll reject for the smallest mismatch, a missing data point, an unverified address, a UPC code that doesn't exactly match. So typically we submit an ungating invoice 2 or 3 times before it goes through. That's not a sign that your brand is incorrect or your supply is wrong. That's just how the AI process on Amazon is calculated. So here's how you fix the loop. Step 1, read the denial reason carefully. Amazon always tells you why they didn't accept you. It's almost always one specific field, incomplete data point on the invoice, or a mismatch between your supplier and what they have on file, or the highlighted product is the wrong line. Step 2, fix that one thing on the invoice. Not the whole document, just the field that got flagged. Step 3, resubmit on the same application, not a new one. Starting a new one is what gets your account flagged for repeat offender behavior. So you want to stay on the app, fix the issue before sending it back. Now, here's the workaround almost no one talks about. When you keep getting denied by the AI, you want a human reviewer to look at the document. Here's what you do. Turn the document 90 degrees to the side before you upload it so the header gets rotated. This is something we found incredibly consistently working in 2024 and 2025. It's a little more hit or miss now, but it's still the first thing we try when the AI keeps saying no. The reason it works is that the rotated document throws off the AI pipeline so they can't see it, and Amazon kicks it to a human reviewer instead. Humans are more lenient than the AI on small formatting issues, and it's worth knowing even if it doesn't always work, it still has a much better hit rate. The other workaround is the conversation we already had in section 3. If the brand is willing to send you a paid invoice upfront with a commitment letter, you avoid the cash flow trap entirely. You're not stuck holding the inventory you can't sell because you never paid for it before getting approved. And the last thing, the ungating world has a real pain frame underneath it that most sellers don't see until it's too late. If you ever sell a product without the right brand authorized invoice, and Amazon will eventually flag it, and it becomes an account suspension. They call it a section 3, which is a category level shutdown. They hold your inventory, they hold your cash, and then you have to file a dispute to get any of it back. We literally watch a multi 7-figure per month Amazon FBA business get shut down by section 3 because they were buying from unauthorized sources. The whole point of getting ungated the right way is that you never have to worry about any of this, because when your supply chain is clean, the invoices are real, and the relationship is a direct one, Amazon has nothing to flag. The good news is almost nobody is doing this properly, which is exactly why people who are the ones that are quietly winning and winning big. If you want me to walk you through the brand direct system end to end, the same one we use to close 8 or more profitable brand deals every single week, show up to our next completely free workshop called the Amazon FBA Blitz Workshop. The link's in the description. We're going to cover the outreach scripts, the brand qualification template, the document game, and how to use one single brand on Amazon to complement or replace your income and scale up from there using something we call the case study method. I'll see you there. Bring an iPad and notepad. You are going to have a blast. You won't regret it.